Hello, and welcome to Rain's Cryptids, Myths, and Folklore. I'm your host, Rain, and today we are going to learn what we can about this cryptid. So let's begin. And today we're going to talk about Werewolf/Dogman. Okay, to begin, let me say these are mostly my theories from a long time researching with some history background with it. They are talked about in ancient times in most beliefs, like the ancient Greeks. They so far seem to be the oldest, dating back to the 2nd BC, which is when they were mentioned. So it probably goes back even farther. They are even mentioned with Gilgamesh. Norse has their version as well, but it's later than the Greeks. Even later is the Christians. They spoke of them as well. Throughout history there are mentions of the werewolf, but over time it is washed away as myths, folklore, and just plain out stories. I am pretty sure the werewolf decided to go into hiding, especially after we allowed our nature selves to go dormant. And I am sure other reasons too. I want to say first that werewolves and dogmen are the same cryptid. Now, the Aahoooo is a type of werewolf hybrid, but is created by being cursed, so they are different, even if the original first werewolf was caused by a possible curse. Werewolf curse was permanent from day one of the first werewolf. The Aahoooo, you only have it if you were cursed, or took it from someone that had it. It's a pass-on, not inherited by bloodline. So the Aahoooo will have its own video. Now, there are lots of sightings all over, not just in the United States, but most of my theories are based on mostly US info and sightings. I truly believe you can get a lot of information by listening to these sightings. People are being treated like they are crazy after they see one, or even brushed off. And not just werewolves, but all cryptids. It's not right, especially since they are known on a secret level. We need to be ready to realize that we have been lied to for a very long time, by many people and on many things. Okay, back to our tall, wolfy cryptid. The sightings on how they look can vary from wolf, shepherd, coyote, and even hyena heads, with the body of a humanoid and legs very similar to dogs, but slightly different, so they can run on 2 or 4 legs. So there are different types of Bigfoots, but they are all related, cousins and the sort. I believe werewolves are that way too, which would explain why they aren't all the same. Like how we are not the same. We are individuals, but we have a lot of relatives, and how we get our different types of characteristics. Blue eyes, green eyes, red hair, brown hair, blonde. It's the same thing with the werewolves. One thing is for sure, they are very tall, most being at 7 foot tall. Their smell is pretty bad as well, from sulfur, putrid, and basically garbage. Which doesn't surprise me. A good way to chase off other predators and camouflage from prey is a possible thought. Scientists did not make werewolves. They go too far back for that. But they do love getting their hands on them, along with those men in black SUVs. I believe they are trying to figure out their healing and speed abilities so they can use on us, humans, for more of a nefarious reason, and possibly have already. Do they have packs? Well, I do believe they are running in packs. I have been mapping them for a while, and all signs show they do. The way they act towards humans will tell you that they might be in a pack or rogue. They mostly want to be left alone and are territorial if in a pack. I mean, you wouldn't want to attract more humans because it would be hard to protect your pack, but you don't want them around either. With that, they usually don't attack, mostly just observe you. They sometimes act like they're going to attack, but only bluff you so you leave their territory. And it seems they can tell where their territory ends and don't like to go past it. Now, if they are rogue, they don't care and will attack you and are not bound by territory boundaries. There have been occasions where rogues don't attack, but are more cautious and defensive. I wonder if they may be newbie rogues, or just don't care to be aggressive towards us. I also think they are smart like us, just with strong animal instincts or possible nature instincts. Maybe that's the same thing. They know how to do humanly things, like open zippers, and they can problem solve as well. They have intellectual smarts as well. Can they shift like the movies and some ancient stories say? Well, still working on that one. It is possible some can and some can't. I have heard one sighting that a human saw one shift. They said it looked painful, which could be the reason why they don't shift back. Who knows? So I will keep looking into it. One sighting is not enough for me to say they can. The whole full moon thing, I believe, for the werewolf actually is just movie-based for the most part. But it has more with the Luruguru. But I am still seeing what relation they do have with the werewolves, since they have been seen outside of the full moon. I do know they don't use the moon to shift into werewolves, but maybe they use it for other reasons. I do know they can speak even in wolf form, but I believe they don't like to. They can mind link. I am sure about that. They have even tried to mind link with humans, but for the most part, we are not open enough to receive. There have been a few were able to receive it, but it was difficult for them, not understanding how it was possible, so in turn it just confused them. Again, showing how we have been taken from our true selves, and well, for a lack of a better word, dumbed down. Some have almost received it, but it came across as weird feelings or some other thing within their mind. Some even said the way the werewolf stared at them, like they were trying to tell them something. To me, after finding out some did receive the mind link, says they were trying to mind link, but it failed. So that's when they would use the scare tactic to get us to leave, I believe. I wonder, since some were able to receive, if it's the fear that is blocking us. Some seem to keep fear at a small level and can still function. Then there are some that just completely shut down and only flight works. Maybe the ability of mind link is still there, but we have closed ourselves off. Okay, so let's talk about whether they can heal rapidly. I believe they can heal faster than humans, but not much faster. I think they are much tougher than us, even taking a bullet. It still hurts them, but it won't stop them. Werewolves also have fast speed. They can move faster than most animals, of course. That doesn't include other cryptids, since they haven't been clocked for just how fast they are. But they can move fast and silently as well. It has been confirmed they are having babies as well. They are extremely protective of their children. In this one sighting, it was one baby, not a litter. I have heard of several sightings that mention what sounded like teenagers as well. Mainly how they acted like our typical teenagers is why I think this. Okay, so we need to also discuss how religion has classified them as demons. My last video, Demons, I already said that anything that is as smart or has better abilities than us, they don't like. So they are putting in the demon category. I think that labeling them is wrong, of course. They are not demons. They are still animals, just like us. It is possible they are traveling some of the cave systems to get from place to place at times, which could be the reason they sometimes smell of sulfur. Of course, there is the thought of portals as well. I haven't heard of any portal sightings with werewolves, but some of the other cryptids I have. So, not ruling it out just yet. Also, I am still researching the portal concept as well. It's just a thought, a possibility. I mean, if cryptids are real, then it's possible for portals. So keep an open mind and learn what you can about them. So if you do decide to go camping, you will be prepared for them if you see one, just like you would be prepared for a bear or cougar. Just remember, if it actually is trying to kill you, report it to rangers. But if it's just trying to chase you out of its territory, then let it be. They deserve to be here just as much as we do. They have bad apples just like we do. It's no reason to go on the hunt for them all. And that's what I have for werewolves. As I learn new things, I will update with a part 2, so keep your eyes out for it. Please like and subscribe. Share as well. And if you have a sighting that you would like to share, please email me. My email is in the descriptions below. All that I share on video will be done anonymously. Also, if you have a cryptid that you would like for me to do a video on, please leave a comment or email me. Now, it's time for Superstition for Thought. And today's thought is the Argentine werewolf superstition. I thought this was appropriate with the cryptid you just heard today. The Argentinian wolf superstition is not well dated, but we do have 1907. It could go back further, as the way it reads, it sounds like it does. This werewolf would be like the Luruguru as a curse, but no one is cursing you that we know of. You just have to be born as the seventh son. The creature you become may look like a werewolf, but you seem to be doomed to hunt and kill humans before returning to human form. It's possible that that's the only way you can turn back into human. Apparently, you turn starting on your 13th birthday. Now, it is also believed that if the president adopts you, it will break the curse. Not really sure if it works, but a boy was adopted by the president of Argentina, being the seventh son, and never turned into the seventh son cursed werewolf. So it might have worked. The superstition is taken very seriously, but in modern times, people believe it's a blessing, in a sense, since you get all of the privileges from being adopted by the president. I'm sure many seventh sons that are not in Argentina are glad that they don't have to worry about the superstition or curse. And that's what I have for this superstition for thought. Thank you for joining me for this cryptid journey. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week.